there are no easy 17s. They're just harder 17s.
Yes. And I do think that's kind of a myth that, you know, as people get better and better at this game, they think that things just become easy. Things don't become easy. They just become less difficult for you as you gain new skill, new stamina, and new tech to be able to handle it.
Yeah, you find new ways to manage the challenges in front of you.
Yes. Yeah, like make no mistake, this game is not easy. People make it look easy, but it's not easy.
Yeah, especially at the upper echelons here, you see, you know, you could be forgiven for thinking that they're just chilling out, having a good time, just running around a bunch.
Right.
But it is laser focus. It is this precise mechanical movement.
Absolutely.
You know, that they practiced and whittled and spent hundreds and thousands of hours.
Oh, yes. I mean, this game is a sport. It is literally a sport. It's a very physical game. It requires a lot of mental work as well. There's just so many facets involved. It's really just a truly unique experience. You know, it really bridges the gap between, you know, when you talk about esports, but you don't have physical esports like we do with dance games.
Yeah.
So it's really such its own niche, and I think that's really what draws people to it and is so fascinating about DDR and other dance games. So starting the second half of seeding for the bracket, looks like we're getting some warm-ups up on the pad right now.
All right, BLUESTER, good solid choice. It's fairly demanding just in terms of rhythmic accuracy and being good about doing your crossovers.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was curious if these players were going to be doing the crossovers or trying to double step this.
Well, as long as they know where they can't get away with double stepping, then it'll be fine. But, you know, obviously this isn't going to count for the seeding, but wait, is this round of 8? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Do we have the card draw? Okay, yeah, Brenna's working on the card draw.
Oh, right.
So, sorry, my bad. We got a little carried away there. So this is, in fact, the warm-up song for the round of 8.
Okay.
So I feel a little bad now because I always love seeing these warm-up songs just as a little preview of what skill sets you're going to likely see from these folks, where they excel.
Yeah, I mean, we saw BOGO earlier rip PFC and Boss Rush Expert for Song of the Day for his warm-up, so
wow.
If that's a predictor of what's to come, then I'm a little scared.
Yeah, it starts ramping up considerably from here. Yeah, Vivian feeling very comfy on these 16s. MFC'd that run there.
Yeah, she's very locked into this.
Yeah, Flip's doing a great job keeping up. Let's just see how the sending goes. Beautiful.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, very clean run from Vivian on that.
Yeah. And Flip's MA right through the ending was fantastic too. Like,
yeah.
He noticeably caught up a little bit right in that last couple measures.
Yeah, so I mean, that's just their warm-up and they're already ripping.
So, you know, it's a little early to tell, but I feel like, ooh, yes. Beautiful.
Ooh, is this our first song? No, I think this might be maybe another warm-up. Still waiting for the bracket to get updated for us with the songs.
Yeah.
But we've seen New York evolved. We've seen B a couple times today. We saw C today. This is our first time seeing New York A being played at all.
Okay. All right, we're a little disorganized here. That was, in fact, the first song. They did not get an extra warm-up.
Okay, so we are into
Vivian
song
took
number 2.
That first one. Yep, New York A.
All right, New York A being notable for the one of the New York Evolves that does the song BPM double in the second half. So they're forced to read this first half slower than you typically would.
Yep. It's also a pain point for many people trying to read B or C and not realizing that the BPM display is actually twice what it should be.
Yes.
Because the Evolves always have something tricky up at their sleeve.
I do think that New York A is like the most hyped version, but it is also the hardest version to actually play and execute.
Absolutely. Oh, Flip quite a bit ahead just on those early 16s.
Yeah, it looks like Vivian just made a couple mistakes early on, so we'll see if that costs her or not. She looks pretty dialed in for the rest of this.
Yeah, there's plenty of arrows left to go, and I think seeing the double BPM section is going to tell us a lot about how the rest of the...
Yeah, looks like she's having a little difficulty reading this part. This part's a little tricky because you do kind of have to double step a lot of this section. You can kind of get tricked into crossing over. And also the song is just very late.
Yeah.
And here's our speed up into the double speed part.
I love these little gallops here.
I do too. This part's so fun.
Yeah, it's absolutely baffling on a first read, but satisfying to nail. And nailing it they are. Both of them very clearly comfortable with this section.
Yeah. And we have this tricky little part coming up here. Let's see how well they do during it.
Oh,
very
nice.
comfortable with that.
Vivian extremely clean on that. Flip just a little bit less clean, but it may not matter with the lead that he's pulled from his consistency overall.
All right, yeah, pretty good run there from Flip. Vivian also doing pretty well.
And a full combo. Scary on this chart.
Yeah.
Great work.
Very scary on that chart.
One great, one good.
Not bad at all.
Close to a PFC.
I'd like to cash in my great and my good, please.
All right, so we got our...
All right, so moving into the third song, Antimatter Experts. Actually kind of another late song, so 2 late songs back to back. This being a little bit faster though, so we'll see maybe if they're warmed up for this after playing New York A.
Yeah. I feel like this is very much in Vivian's wheelhouse as like a foot speed, little bit of stamina, a lot of execution. The patterns in the 17 are, of course, very fast, very draining. You can get a lot of stamina optimization out of your form because you don't have to move around as much on the pad compared to the 18 or even some of the other 17s. But it's still no slouch. Like, this demands high precision, acuity in execution.
Definitely.
The Vivian's obviously comfortable with it. PFC on the difficult. What looks like maybe a 4 grade on expert.
Yeah, and Flip already has the PFC on this as well, so I imagine it'd be pretty close between the two of them. I'm not sure whose favor this is going to work in.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to see how it goes. Right, both of them very clearly comfy with the sync where it is. Both of them know about that awkward offset freeze arrow.
Yeah, which is different on like every difficulty.
Oh, Konami.
It's got to keep you on your toes.
Yep. Yeah, just glancing over at the pads here, Flip's form is very clean. He's staying very low to the pad, but making it work great.
Yeah, Flip up by about 10 right now. Still got over half of the song to go. Very clean from Vivian. Yeah, She just made up a lot of ground and ended up seeing through that section.
Yeah, she's definitely got her game face on for this one.
Yeah, very focused. I mean, you can see in both of their faces how focused they are throughout this.
Yeah, it's a scary close.
Ooh, they are tied right now.
Yep. At this point, it looks like it's going to be Flip's consistency against Vivian's MA. Right. Looking for a strong finish here.
Yeah. Few pass coming up on either side, but otherwise, that was so clean.
Beautiful.
Flip's going to take that with 3.
Oh,
very clean run from both of them. 39 Hervix for both.
Oh, no. That's so close.
Wow.
It was the miss. Wow.
Very, very good performance from them both.
Yeah. That is such a demanding chart. It did fantastic work executing it.
Absolutely.
All right, so Flip will take that one.
And looks like we got BlueBuster and Miligram coming up. Miligram was one of our Tier 7 winners that moved on to the bracket. So he's had quite the run already today. Been doing very, very well. So I'm excited to see him continue on in the bracket.
Yeah, it's been an exciting day, just dipping in and out and catching these matches and seeing these just like sparks of brilliance.
Definitely. So Miligram coming over from the Philadelphia area.
Yep, the classic Go Birds.
Yes. Okay, and BlueBuster coming all the way from St. Louis, Missouri. He actually says he's planning on moving to Pittsburgh, so this might be his home arcade someday.
Yeah, hope so. I know it's been a goal of his for a while. Like, we chat every now and again. Actually met up, what was that, AGDQ? I don't know. We happened to be in town at the same time sometime this year. Everything's been a blur because it's been such a busy year. But, yeah, great dude, solid guy,
Absolutely.
scary good MA player.
All right, so it looks like, is this our first round of the bracket?
Well, second round. It's sorry, second match.
Second match, okay. All right, so we are starting with Trigger. We saw Trigger played once earlier today. This is quite a tricky song. Well, first a warm up with Back CSP, of course. This is very much a Miligram special. You can see that 8 perfect PFC on this.
That's quite
actually,
a dual flex.
Yeah, look over at BlueBuster's side. You got 9 perfect PFC on that. So actually going to be real fun to see them battle this out on this warm-up song.
Official certified Mad Lads here.
So for those of you who aren't aware of the BAG lore, BAG is a chart from DDR Extreme. At the time, the note quantizations were not able to be whittled down to the exact amount. So the chart was what people call broken, meaning it wasn't exactly where the beat was. So they fixed the chart, but then people got mad because BAG was such a unique challenge that they brought back the old broken chart as the challenge chart and had the new fixed chart be the new expert chart. So this is the original chart as it appears in DDR Extreme, and that's why it sounds so weird hearing them step, because that's not actually where the beat of the song is.
Yep. If memory serves, for every set of triplets, the on-beat one is fine. The second one you have to hit a little early.
Yes.
The third you have to hit a little late.
Yeah. See, Vid knows it.
Yeah, I have like a 975 on this. I tried.
I mean, I'm okay at this.
Oh?
I don't know what I have on this. I don't have a PFC, I'll say that.
Fair enough. That is, you know.
But I do not go out of my way to play bad, unlike Miligram, who just really nails this anytime he plays it.
Very demure. Yeah, of all the EFCs that you could get in the game, I would love to see where BAG Challenge ranks up against like 15, 16, 17s.
Right. I mean, it was an old school time back in the day.
Beautiful.
Wouldn't that be funny if that was like the tournament winning song right there?
Wild. Can you imagine getting a grade on that chart? Who would? Wow.
All right, fun little warm up. Now we're moving into the real stuff. Trigger, which certainly is a song.
It's much more serious than BAG.
Yes, but you might say almost as gimmicky.
Yeah.
So this was written, this was back from DDRX. So back when PARANOiA was really trying a lot of new things. Whether or not this song has aged well, I will leave that up to you to decide. It's very different from a lot of things in the game. Not a lot of people like playing this because it just is really, really tricky.
Honestly, I kind of love the sound of this song. I wish there were more pieces from this artist and you know, maybe some more reasonable Soflan.
I do like how different it is, but it's very tricky to play.
Yeah, a game this big, it's kind of hard to name things that stand out just because you have to cover so many different bases on like how it sounds, how it plays. Like every little bit of weirdness is something that makes this game a little better, I think.
Yeah, and actually we do have at least one or two other songs by Sonic Cold in the game, but they sound nothing like Trigger. I'm trying to, is it Battle of the Feathers that's by them?
Something like that, yeah.
No, not Battle of the Feathers. Someone in chat correct me.
Flourish.
Flourish. I mix them up because they both have flourish feathers, similar words.
Fair.
But anyways, on to this match. BlueBuster is taking the lead right now by about 30 EX over Miligram.
Yep. I suppose it's almost redundant at this point, but they're very clearly comfortable with how this chart plays.
Absolutely. Yeah, very tricky chart. You really have to know the ins and outs of this with all these gimmicks going on and speed changes.
It's easy to get tripped up by the step jumps too if you're not very clean on your execution. You can hear some very tasteful pad smacking going into those step jumps there.
Tasteful pad smacking. Yeah, this part's a little tricky with these little gallop crossovers. Yeah, BlueBuster with a still pretty good lead right now over Miligram. But both of them do really well, still pulling up to the Grateful combo. It's really hard to MA through this kind of chart. All right, BlueBuster's can take the win on that.
But both of them have the moral victory of comboing that beast.
Absolutely. 33 and 3 is pretty good on Trigger. That's a really hard song to dial into.
Yeah, nice work.
All right, so from that, we're going to be moving on to Reach the Sky Without You. One of the older KAC songs from, I want to say around like 2017, 2018. I'd say pretty universally liked 17 as far as 17s go. Good song. Most people seem to enjoy playing it. Nothing too tricky about it. It has some gimmicks, but they're pretty easy to learn.
Yeah, they go very nicely with the song.
Yes, one of those ones where it feels like it should do what it's doing. You know, not really meant to trick you or anything.
Yeah, just a little extra spice, a little flavor. Makes it feel a little more like a unique piece of work.
Definitely. We saw over on BlueBuster's side, he had a 6 perfect PFC on this. So let's see if he can bring that kind of MA into this run right now.
Wow, beautiful work on that.
Yeah. BlueBuster only up 3 at the start of the song.
Again, we see some of those kind of brutal step jump 16 patterns. And here you either turn or you get very good at double stepping.
Yeah, it looks like I'm seeing a little bit of both. Miligram doing turns on his side, BlueBuster doing some double stepping. Both of them getting through that pretty solidly.
Yeah, this I think is a great 17 because it tests a little bit of everything. Like it's not too strongly biased to anyone's skill set. It's just a great all-arounder.
Yes, definitely. And it's fun. It's a fun song to listen to play. You know, it's nothing too outlandish, but definitely not a walk in the park either. Yeah, BlueBuster with about a 30 EX lead right now over Miligram. Still holding on to that gold combo too on the left. You can hear the added ghost steps.
A little bit of a rest, relatively.
Yes. That's about all you're going to get.
So much love for that little tick-tock.
But it's really fun.
Yeah.
And overall, the song is not super long.
Yeah, it's demanding, but I feel like it's fair.
Yes. Wow.
Great job.
Wow, really good run.
Fantastic. Is tearing that up.
Really, really good from both of them.
Yeah, 23 perfects is a wild run on any 17.
Yeah. All right, so it looks like BlueBuster's going to take that 2-0, so we're not going to go to the third song, which looks like it would have been Rice Metal, as it's colloquially known as.
That's it. See you next time on the dance floor.
If you enjoy Reach the Sky Without You as a song, there is a long version, or actually the original version of the song, on the DDR Ace original soundtrack. So if any of you are interested in hearing that, or if you haven't heard it before, check it out. Who doesn't love more of Reach the Sky Without You?
Yeah, there are some hidden gems on the Bomani soundtracks if you haven't been looking. It's well worth at least, taking a glance through, see that there's something you love. I personally am partial to the full version of Private Eye, silly as that is.
I do. Private Eye is such a good song.
Yeah.
I'm with you there.
Like, I would love to know what the lyrics are saying. I can make out about a line and a half.
Yeah.
But it's so catchy. It's so fun. The 12 is such a great chart.
Yeah, synced really well, too. Another one of those fun charts that's a good candidate for early MFCs for some people. But yeah, I'm really sad that there hasn't been an official soundtrack released since Ace.
Oh, yeah.
Because I definitely collected those. Okay, so next up we got DUNC and BOGO, and we are jumping straight into an 18.
Oh, boy.
It looked like BOGO protecting Come to Life challenge. Seems right up his alley. Definitely really good at level 18 charts. And then right after that, DUNC is protecting Saber Wing, Akira, Ishihara headshot mix. So we're going into kind of a stamina check into a pretty tricky 17. Looks like they're going to get a warm-up here before they start their match. And Black Jackal, pretty comfortable warm-up song. Just get you moving.
Yeah, just a little bit of crossovers, a little bit of 16th runs. It's a nice, palate cleanser.
Yes, definitely.
Aperitif.
Yeah, aperitif for what's coming next.
This is also a classic, relatively introductory 15. It's still going to demand a lot of you for that difficulty, but it's, fairly straightforward. If you got your crossovers, if you got your syncopations, it's just a joy to play.
Yeah, and 150 is a very comfortable BPM, especially for this difficulty level. If you're just working into being able to hit 16th note runs, this is a very comfy BPM to really learn to dial in on.
Not too fast, not too slow.
Yeah, historically one of the aforementioned magic BPMs back in the day where we needed magic BPMs in order to PFC songs.
Getting into all the lore today. Oh, playing it on shuffle. That's fascinating. BOGO's choosing shuffle for this one.
Yeah, just keep him on his toes. Wake him up mentally as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great idea, I think. At the level where you're going to go into an 18, shuffling a 15 might be a great way to force yourself to think really hard about the upcoming patterns and do some stuff you might be physically uncomfortable doing just by rote.
As long as he remembers to turn shuffle off before playing the 18.
Yeah.
That might be a disaster.
Yeah. Most 18s, anyway. There
True.
are some 18s that shuffle is decent on, depending on who you ask.
Some might say the songs were indeed made to play on shuffle. I know, Chad, you all know what song I'm talking about. Starts with a D and ends in Ed N Groove Radar Special.
All right. Yeah, DUNC looking very solid on the MA here. Just a little bit fast, perhaps, but
you know what? He's going to be moving 30 BPM faster on the next song, so gotta get those legs moving.
Yep. Impressive that BOGO's still keeping combo on this. There's a lot of little strange crossovers being thrown his way because of the shuffle.
I know, I've noticed that.
That's a fascinating idea, though. I gotta
Maybe experiment with
with
that.
shuffle and a warm-up. See how that goes.
Yeah, just give yourself a little post-it note. Turn shuffle off next song. I'm always so anxious that I'm going to leave something like that on in a tournament.
Yeah, it's a shame that there isn't a clear indicator somewhere on the song select. You have to go into the menu to remember to turn it off.
Right.
That's bad if you don't have object permanence.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so it looks like BOGO has mirror on right now. I'm assuming that's an intentional change on his end.
Playing 3-5 on that side.
Yeah, so really close scores between the two of them. Got 995 on DUNC's side and 997 on BOGO's side. I have to imagine this is going to be a really close match.
Yeah, they're both executing excellently so far. You know, sometimes you will see mirror just picked because certain charts will have a foot preference on a particularly tough part, and if you know which foot you're better at leading with, sometimes people will put on mirror just to exploit that a little bit for an advantage.
Oh, absolutely. Ooh, very
Beautiful.
clean.
Wow.
Both of them executed that flawlessly.
One EX difference there. Double stepping those potential foot switches. Oh, nice.
Folks, this is what a high-level DDR looks like. This is insane to watch. BOGO just flawlessly executing this. DUNC just made one little mistake, and he's still so close, not far behind at all. BOGO pulling ahead a little bit. We'll see if DUNC can hold on. Yeah, playing a mirror definitely seems to be working very well for BOGO, so I'm sure he's practiced this way many times.
Holding onto that gold combo is quite a feat here. Oh yeah. Even getting through those crossover freezes just fine.
Oh, jeez. Everyone's holding their breath right now watching this.
Wow. The room is
I'm speechless.
wrapped. Excuse us if we get quiet for a little bit.
I can't do anything but watch with my mouth open.
Come on, come on.
Oh!
Oh, man.
What a run!
Incredible.
Wow.
And yeah,
The
BOGO takes
entire
that.
crowd was silent
Oh,
watching
one
that.
miss. One miss off of PFC on an 18.
What an incredible run. Yeah. And DUNC too. DUNC only had 10 less Marvelouses.
Yeah,
that was
is-
so close.
Yeah, looking very clean, doing great execution. BOGO just had that little bit extra. He's looking a little baffled up there, actually. Like,
But I mean,
did
that's a
that
new
just happen?
PB.
Yeah. Wow. You love to see it.
Yeah, BOGO's one of those players that really just locks in tournaments. I think it really gives him like extra power, like an extra like boom.
Yeah.
But we're moving into DUNC's pick now, with Saber Wing, Akira, Ishihara, Headshot Mix Challenge. Very tricky 17. You can see DUNC's got the PFC on this right now with 45 perfects. The sync could be a bit of a problem on this. The song is notoriously late. And being at 316 BPM, sometimes it's a little hard to hold back to not rush it.
Yeah. At this skill level, you're not likely to see either of them being surprised by the sync, but you could still see them lose a perfect here, a perfect there, just from getting distracted trying to execute on the tricky runs.
Oh, sure.
Especially those impressive anchor runs near the end.
Yes, the ending is kind of like one long run with a lot of crossovers in it, so a lot of tech and finesse needed to get through that.
Yeah, this is very much a classic gimmick chart knowledge pick, but it is no slouch for technical execution either.
No, not at all. I just want to point out, BOGO submitted to the crew that he is coming back from a year-long hiatus from tournaments. So it's really good to see him back out here again performing, and he is showing that he's lost no ground whatsoever.
Putting on quite a show. What? Huh. Did something happen with the tech there?
Oh, okay, yeah, we had a pad issue. Looks like we're going to restart that. I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, both of them missed the opening intro. It looked like a problem. All right, BOGO takes it with 84 EX.
Yeah, look, we're gonna probably just reset that song, so bear with us here while we get the machine reset.
Yeah, question mark seems about right. Chat knows what's up.
That's it.
The song was so late that you couldn't even hit the first arrow, which makes no sense whatsoever.
It's actually still coming up. All right, it looks like there's... Oh, Sirius is coming up to chat about it.
Okay, we got the bracket on the screen right now for those of y'all who are following along at home, want to see where we're at. Yeah, so it looks like we're doing Duncan BOGO right now, and we'll probably do PacRob and CelAnima after this.
Oh, assuming that the song behaves this time. Oh,
Okay, we're going to do a song test with good old Hard Brain.
Yep.
Another very popular warm-up song and pad test song.
Also just a lot of fun to play along to. You have that very hard bass. The sync is pretty good, I think.
Definitely. Yeah, anything with that really driving bass is really, you know, as long as it's synced appropriately, easy to dial into. So it's become a very popular song for PFC candidates, for warm-ups, for pad tests. You end up hearing this one a lot at tournaments.
It's a great pick if you need to do MA in a noisy environment. Seems like they're satisfied with it.
So we'll see the different towels on the bars for each player. Dunk is repping the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup towel. BOGO has the traditional white towel, which looks like a anti-slip grip underneath it to keep it from slipping off the pad. I've actually seen quite a few people pick up that strat to keep their towel from moving around on the bar.
Oh, that's a great idea.
It really is. The first time I saw that, I was like, wow, why didn't I think of that?
See, tournaments aren't just about competition.
Right.
You learn a lot too.
All right, take two.
All right, Marvelous on the first arrow. I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Yeah, so as we were talking about a little bit ago, we don't expect them to get caught up on the sync, but it can contribute to just losing a little bit of EX here and there, depending on how clean their execution is. So far looking very clean.
Yeah, done with a little bit of a lead so far. Picked up a break there, but still ahead of the game. Those step jumps are really tricky to hit.
Great work. Yeah, it is an incredibly fast BPM to hit step jumps.
Very clean MA over on Dunk's side.
BOGO keeping it very close here.
Yeah, Dunk only up by about 12 EX or so. They're going to move into the ending stream run here with some triple crossovers.
All right, this is where that execution will make all the difference.
Very clean. Dunk is still ahead, but not given a lot of room for comfort.
They both did a great job on that. That's just the hard part of a match like this is your opponent has to get behind a bit for you to get ahead.
Exactly. Okay, Dunk's going to take that one by 90x.
Well done.
Okay, so each of them are winning their song picks, and look how close that was.
Wow. Yeah, that's 3 arrows in this absurd crossover, lateral, anchor. Like, that would have made all the difference there.
Yeah. All right, so now we're moving on to the tiebreaker, which is GAIA. Probably for these players, the easiest song of the 3. This is really just going to be a stamina MA track. This song is really easy to dial into, sync really well. 180 BPM is pretty comfortable for a lot of folks. And it looks like neither of these players are strangers to PFCs on the start.
Wow.
Yeah, everyone can see Vivian's area and machine record on this of 10 perfects. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's a classic for like, if you are one of those uppers players for 16 PFCs, this is a great early pick. It's a great late pick. It's great for just testing just your precision of movement.
Yeah, quite a banger too.
Oh yeah. Nico Matamaster and LED need to do more work together, I think.
I agree.
This is one of those like greater than the sum of their parts songs, I think.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. But this is really going to be a battle of the MA between the two players.
Yeah.
No room for mistakes.
BOGO up by 1, but that's just one perfect. He could lose it.
Yeah, we have 3 sections of this chart where there's either a slowdown or a stop. Neither of these players are going to have any problems with that because they're very familiar with this.
Yep, very nice.
Yeah, very clean for both of them. BOGO picked up a good a little early on. DUNC ever so slightly ahead.
Yeah, that's the other side of this high-level tournament play is that every perfect really matters.
Absolutely. Okay, DUNC only up by 4 right now.
Excellent work on that drill day.
DUNC not giving up any marvelouses at all for BOGO to have any room to catch back up.
He's staying right on his tail. If DUNC makes any mistakes, BOGO's going to be right there to get them.
Absolutely. Okay, we're going to have 2 runs here at the very end. We'll see it. Ooh, DUNC picked up a great. Only up by 5 on DUNC's side. And DUNC's going to take that.
Well done.
Very, very clean.
Yeah, the whole room
13-2.
leaned in a little bit on that grade.
And one of those gamer lean moments. Very clean run from them both. That was a really, really close match.
Yeah, you can kind of feel the electricity in the room kind of building up now. Like everyone's that much
Absolutely.
more engaged. You know, the chairs are scooted in a little closer. Everyone's paying a little more attention. I expect that to just keep ramping up as we keep going here because, you know, as impressive as all of this play has been so far, it makes you really excited to see what's coming next.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been exciting all day, but it's only gotten more exciting somehow. I can't even, like, I've been so excited by every match I've sat here and watched today.
Yeah.
Everyone's just been doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah, going back to your point about the format, it's just always a delight to see close matches.
It really is.
And it's hard not to be invested seeing these people put their all into this game that we love.
Absolutely. Okay, so the next match coming up to the pads looks like we have CelAnima and PacRob.
PacRob, we got a decent preview from the seeding round. CelAnima, I don't think we've seen on the pads recently.
No, he hasn't been up since pool 7, I believe. So he's had a bit of a break. I imagine they're probably going to get a warm-up here. Ooh, trigger again.
Ooh.
All right. Looks like CelAnima protected trigger. I can't remember if he played that earlier today. I remember there was someone in his pool that played trigger. I feel like it might have been CelAnima versus Musu, but I could be wrong. But this being CelAnima's pick makes me think it might have been his.
Yeah. In any case, it's a solid pick if you know the song, know the chart, you know, are confident in your ability to execute it. It's,
Sure.
You know, at this echelon of skill, it's not going to get anyone on the gimmicks.
No,
but
not at all.
If you are very comfy executing it, it's still great to just fall back on an old familiar.
Yes, but I mean, looking at the next 2 songs they have, Max Period Expert and Paranoia Revolution Expert, I don't know what the easiest song is out of those 3. I venture to say there isn't anything easy about those songs.
Yeah, they test, you know, some overlapping, but some very different skill sets. So it'll be great to see, see this warm-up, see a little bit of what we can expect from the next few songs.
Yeah, it looks like CelAnima messing around with their Sun Plus. But CyberConnect, another one of those 150 BPM 15s, which always seem to be a good BPM to warm up on. Yeah, CyberConnect, I believe, was the first song by Black Lolita in DDR. One of the early Golden Lake songs, which released a lot of really good songs by some new artists that we hadn't seen before.
Yeah, just in general, the Ace 2O music production and sound direction has been fantastic.
Yes.
Like, we've been eating great for the last few years.
Yeah. Ace 2O is honestly one of my favorite mixes from a pure music standpoint. I felt like there was very few misses that came out on Ace 2O.
Yeah, there's some stuff that's contentious, but you're going to have a hard time finding somebody who doesn't think the song is good.
Right.
For really any pick.
And it's impossible to get a mix where everything's universally loved. That's not going to happen because people have taste and that's subjective. But overall, I feel like Ace 2O is a very solid mix for a lot of reasons. And that's where we have this banger of a song from.
Yep. It's a great little 15 too. It's still a little bit gentle in terms of how much you have to physically move, but the rhythms are fun, they're tricky, they're nothing to sneeze at.
Yes. And again, that very comfy 150 BPM range means it's a fan favorite to play just because it's such a comfy BPM to be.
Alright, 15 perfect, sure, why not?
Yeah, why not? And it is trigger time again. We pull in the trigger for the third time today, I believe. How many times I've seen the song come up now. Very similar perfect counts on their PFCs between the two of them.
I'm very curious if they've, how often they play this chart. Because, we have this just kind of potentially outdated score.
Very true.
Cell is obviously going to be very comfortable with this if he went out of his way to protect it.
Yeah, it definitely makes you wonder with some of these older songs how often they're being played in practice nowadays when they are very much valid songs and choices in tournaments. So you still have to be familiar with it. You can't just never play this again. But there's so many songs nowadays. You really can't be completely abreast with everything all the time.
Yeah. That's part of the fun of tournaments. You have a base set of skill and execution. You have your ability to move, your form, your skill at reading. But at this level, it really helps shave off the perfects if you know the song, if you can play it without thinking.
Sure. CelAnima only up 2 right now.
Tied right there. Yeah, safe to say that he is very comfy with this.
Yeah, PacRob pulled ahead just a very little bit.
Yeah, I think PacRob's just raw skill here is keeping him very close.
Yeah, CelAnima just getting a few perfects there, which gave PacRob some room to take the lead. And we'll see what happens with these ending crossover gallops.
Yeah, PacRob tried to cheat him and lost, and Cell caught right back up. Just needs one more of those to pull ahead.
Oh, this is going to be a nail biter.
Love to see it.
Oh,
wow.
CelAnima's going to take that by 10.
Incredible.
Oh, I couldn't tell what was happening until the very end. I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah. Those last, that's 4 arrows. That grate got me scared.
Yeah. Good pick by CelAnima. Good job holding down on that one.
Great job.
All right. No time for rest yet because it's time for max period.
Another infamously late chart.
Yeah, and also with the BPM range, you know, we had Trigger that's what, 200 to 400 BPM, or I'm sorry, 100 to 400, I think, on Trigger, and now Max Period, which is 150 to 600. So another song that basically does a speed half and then a speed double. So not a lot of comfortable speed mods you can use to read that at. So you're going to see CelAnima using the Sun Plus strat on here. Both of them playing, well, I'm sorry, Cell on 1X and PacRob on 1.25.
Yep. That is a pretty bold speed mod to pick here, because that puts you at 750 for the ending.
That does make the ending very fast. But PacRob looks like he's pretty comfortable with that. I'm sure he's played the song at that speed before, so there's not a ton of song by the time you get to that part of the song. Hopefully he remembers it well enough to be able to read at that speed. But looks like they're neck and neck right now.
Yeah, Cell ahead a little bit. Looks like he's locked just a tiny bit more into the window.
Okay, yeah, Cell with a little bit of a lead at the slowdown.
Always love to see the sudden plus off and then a marvelous.
Yeah, very smooth Sun Plus strat.
Potentially risky.
Yeah, really hard to dial in on this part because there's not a lot going on in the music, but both of them very cleanly executing that. And then these runs here at the end that you got to start crossover are going to be very telling of who's practiced their crossovers recently.
Then we zoom. Wow. That is... I'm so impressed that PacRob is following along with this. That's such a bonkers speed mod to choose here.
Oh my god, PacRob pulled ahead.
Wow.
PacRob took that by 11 EX with a very clean run at the end.
Incredible. Yeah, there's so little room for error at this tier.
Yeah, and he was very clearly comfortable reading that on 1.25. No problems whatsoever for him.
Wow.
Very good job to both of them. That was, whew, those two songs back to back were very close.
Yeah.
And now it is 18 time.
That's it. See you next time.
All right. Nice, gentle little tiebreaker. PARANOiA Revolution expert.
I don't believe the words gentle and 18 belong in the same sentence together.
Yeah, it's arguably one of the easier 18s to pass, but that's, you know, that's like saying it's one of the easiest horses to eat.
Yeah, I mean, at this stage in the tournament, we're not worried about passing 18s, we're worried about scoring an 18. So we'll see how well these competitors can eat this horse.
Yeah, this is famously one of the tribute charts in the game.
Yes.
Which is
funny coming off the tail end of Max Period.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you got this chart composed entirely by stitching together famous parts of other notable boss songs.
Yes, definitely.
So there's a little bit of everything in here. You have the like some of the awful possession challenge crossovers that you have to like get progressively wider. You have the Valkyrie dimension ending.
Yes.
You have to know to start that crossed over.
Yes, Mark QQQ demonstrated that for us very well during Upbeat. It's still a very infamous match that lives on in my head.
Yeah. Looks like CelAnima has the advantage from just these numbers, but let's see.
It's very close.
Yeah.
I imagine this is also going to be another very close song between these two.
Yeah, it's... Ooh. Yeah, this is just a high stamina demand. Some tricky sections, a little bit of a rest break on some of these patterns, and then you get into like film jumps.
Yes.
So it's a grab bag.
PacRob reading 0.25 higher, which seems to have been his MO from the beginning of this round.
Beautiful work on this crossovers.
Oh yeah, both of them executing that flawlessly.
I think it's from a June song. I don't remember. No, Trip Machine.
Yeah, there is
Trip
a video on YouTube that shows what all the charts references are in PARANOiA Revolution, so I highly recommend checking that out sometime if you're curious. But it looks like PacRob's up at about 10 EX leads right now over CelAnima as we move into the middle part of the song. This part I know is referencing some of the PARANOiA shards. I just can't remember which ones.
Yeah. I think this was PARANOiA Eternal here.
Yes,
Just-
that one
just
makes
up.
sense. Okay, PacRob up by about 15 right now.
ESMO section.
Yeah, we're going to a really twisty part right here. It's really difficult to read at the speed, but both of them almost getting through it. A little bit of a mishap there on Cell's side.
Yeah, PacRob pulling ahead just by virtue of his consistency.
Yeah. Okay, PacRob up by about 30 EX now. Let's see if we can hold on to that lead through the end of the song. Picking up a miss over on PacRob's side. Still has a pretty good lead though.
Got your film jumps. Your Pluto relinquish ending. Just a little bit of everything in this one.
Yeah, PacRob up by 50 right now at the end.
All right. Ending.
Both starting crossover, but not enough for CelAnima to make up any ground.
All right. Great work.
Really good job from both of them. That's a brutal song to end on. Yeah, you can see they're both just so gassed. They both gave it their all during that match.
Yeah, can kind of see the facade of the easy, effortless gameplay start to crack a little when you get in and get
Get
pushing.
into 18s.
Yeah, when you really start pushing them on execution like that.